I wish the speakers good luck, and also I'm looking forward for an enthralling session ahead. Over to you, Pratik.
It's feeling. Remember your feedback. Huh?
Yeah.
Okay. So we'll start our first session, that is our guest speaker section. Our guest speaker today have experience of over 25 years. He has worked with companies like Pen M, GE Capital, Amazon, and now with Franklin. His hobbies includes traveling, collecting antiques, and music. With that, please join hands and welcome our guest speaker, Mr. Satish Bettadapur, who is VP Corporate Relations at the Bettadapur. Welcome, Satish.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. It's truly a privilege for me to be here this afternoon. So thank you for having me attend this session. I've got to say that I'm very excited to be a part of this session, yet nervous, given that I'm standing in front of experts of public speaking. And so I'm going to be on guard, and people are taking down notes in terms of my fillers, the amount of time I'm speaking, and so on. So I'm truly, being tested on how good a speaker I am or how bad a speaker I am. But I'm going to try my best in any case. Yeah. The topic that I chose was respect yourself and others will respect you. So I'd like to start off by asking you all, what do you think self-respect really means? And what drives self-respect?
Belief.
Belief in yourself.
In yourself.
Okay, good.
Confidence.
Confidence, very good. So, perfect answer. So whether you lack self-respect or you have a lot of self-respect is driven by how much confidence you may have or how much self-belief you may have. Yeah. While I have my perspective, I'll certainly share that. What I'd really like is for it to be a little interactive and for you all to ask questions or for you all to share your perspective so that it becomes a much more enthralling experience for everybody, right? Okay. So I'm trying to learn as I go along. So my perspective is that a lot of people lack self-confidence. And we focus a lot on our shortcomings, our inadequacies. The feedback we typically receive focuses on our areas of opportunity. And that typically pulls down our self-confidence in many cases. These are in relationships, whether it be personal or in the workplace. We typically see these kind of behaviors. We're always or constantly compared with others, and this starts in childhood. So you tell your child that you should be like somebody else, or every parent does that, and I think that's not always in the best interest of the child. I'm reminded of a great film by Amir Khan, which is Tare Zameen Par, to accept people for who they are and not be judgmental. Yeah. It's easier said than done. A lot of us, I think, got moved by that movie. But if we were in the same position as the parents, we probably would have reacted the same way. We would have behaved exactly the same way, maybe even worse. Yeah. So it is a very tough situation to be in when you are in it. It's easy to pass judgment when it's not you. My grandmother once told me that we constantly look upwards in seeing who has more than us, who has a better car, who has a better house, who makes more money, who has a better job, and so on. She told me that once in a while, it's good to look down, to feel how blessed you are. And that gives you a lot of confidence that, yeah, you've done well. You've done better than many, many other people. So there's really no reason for you to lack that confidence that you can't do as well, or you can't do even better than what you've done before. So that stayed in my mind for a long period of time. It helps improve your self-morale and certainly your self-confidence after that. The inadequacy that we typically have in our own minds comes through very clearly. People are able to see that, whether it comes in the way of our work, in the roles that we play, the results that we achieve, the performance that we get, and so on, the relationships that we build. It does come through pretty quickly. In our world today, we're measured of how successful we are based on the money we make, the status that we have, the position or the title that we have, the material things that we have, and not necessarily by the values that we demonstrate or the confidence that we may have. What is really needed is for each of us to recognize and harness our strengths, which we tend to overlook and tend to forget. We should channelize our strengths to reach our potential. Each one of us is special in our own way, is unique in our own way. We just need to remind ourselves every day that we have a role to play, we can add value, and I think those are things that will help us improve in terms of our self-confidence and therefore in terms of the respect that we give ourselves. Yeah. I'd like to summarize by quoting a couple of quotations. One is, it doesn't matter what other people think of you. All that matters is what you think of yourself. Okay, so that's one quotation that I wanted to share with you this afternoon. The other one was by a great scientist, Albert Einstein, who said that everybody is a genius, but if you judge a fish by its ability to climb a tree, it will spend its whole life believing that it is stupid. Yeah. I'd now like to play a video which I found very topical towards this topic of self-respect. So I'll just shut down the lights here. Give it a minute.